Ordinal. What's kind of the root word of ordinal? Order. So it's not just name. These kind of build on each other. It's not just names. It's names that have a certain order to them. So what the hell would that be? Sort of like when you go to a restaurant, and you went to a restaurant, and they have the little thing that says, please tell us if we did excellent, good, fair, poor. You kind of with me? Or when you do evaluations for teachers, and they say, do you strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree, whatever. Right? I missed neutral in the middle. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So if somebody said, can you rate this person, do you strongly disagree, agree, neutral, strongly agree, or disagree? It's like, what the hell are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? It's not in the order. There's an order to it. There's an inherent order they want to be in. Do you guys follow? Right? So it's not just named it. What order does the car names have to be in? None. Would you freak out if I said, there's a Hyundai and a BMW and a Honda? You're like, no, BMW first, man. Alphabetical. It doesn't have to be alphabetical. Alphabetical is an order we can do, but it doesn't have to be. Are you guys kind of with me? But if I said, rate this instructor, 3 stars, 1 star, 7 stars, 2 stars, what the hell are you doing to me? Put that in order before I do this weird shit, right? All right, maybe. So ordinal is still not numerical. Still not truly numerical. It's name data that has a certain order it wants to be in. So how about when you run a race, and you got first place, second place, third place? Is that numerical data? You could kind of make it so, but it's more of a name of a person. Or you're the third place person. And there's an order to them, right? Okay, maybe. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So this is an inherent order that the data wants to be in. So these two relate to qualitative. These two relate to quantitative. Quan and qual. What does the word interval mean in math? Or actually, basically in general, really, but...
A number?
It can't be just one number, right?
A number between two numbers.
You wouldn't say the interval 7. You would say the interval from... No? Everybody remember interval notation? Interval notation, no? Shit. What class are you guys coming from? 7 to 11. Interval notation? Oh. What does that mean? From 7 to 11, not including 7, right? That's why there's a parenthesis on it. Oh, so you're all like, dude, I blacked that out of my memory. It's horrible. That's a very quick way to say every single number between 7 and 11, not including 7. Look how long it took me to say that. Now you just write that. Right? That's what math tries to do. Interval then is, now get this, I want to show you the connection between these two. How wide would you say the interval is? There's actually a couple answers that take this. One very obvious one. How wide is that interval? How wide is that interval? 4. I understand you when you say that, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4. Right? You guys got with me? No? All right. So interval data is data that you can subtract and the answer makes sense. So again, I could subtract 2 zip codes, couldn't I? Does the answer actually make any physical sense at all? No. I could subtract 2 jersey numbers. It doesn't have to make physical sense. It could, but it doesn't have to. You with me? Maybe? So what would be interval then? When I subtract 2 things, the answer makes sense. What's an example of interval data then? Yes, but give me a specific...
Range between 23 and 25 years old.
I like it. So, to be honest, so age looks like it could be interval. To be honest, it's actually going to be ratio, but we'll see why in a minute. But at least you could totally take the difference between 25 and 23, right? So say 23, well, how about if you were born in 1980 and somebody else was born in 1990, how much older are you? 10 years old, right? So the difference between those two makes sense. So birth years or years of anything, really. Birth years, temperature, most temperatures actually. How many temperature scales do you guys know? How many people know 2 scales? Celsius, Fahrenheit. How many know the 3rd scale? Kelvin. Uh-oh, there's my chemistry people. Kelvin, when you get to 0 on Kelvin, that means everybody's dead. That's the absence of energy. So if anything's still moving, it's not 0 Kelvin. So actually, I did some research on the East Coast where we cooled these atoms down to almost 0, and all the atoms kind of like overlap. Like when you bake cookies and you put them too close, they become one giant cookie. That was neat. And then we just pushed it around. Sorry, this is really what happened. So interval, birth years, what was I just saying? Temperatures. Our normal temperatures like Fahrenheit and Celsius. Kelvin's going to belong down here, believe it or not. So these two don't make sense until I tell you both of them. Why is age not here? Because what does ratio mean? When I say ratio mathematically, what do you think of?
Fractions.
Fractions, and what's the bar in the fraction mean? Division. So ratio is data that you can divide and the answer makes sense. I can divide 2 years. When were you born?
94.
94. So if I divided 1994 by 1972, oh yes. 1994 divided by 1972 is 1 point something. Does it mean anything? No, it doesn't mean a damn thing. I don't care if you think it does. It doesn't mean shit. Are you guys kind of with me? There's no physical, real meaning to that. Whereas, if I said, I am 40, let's pretend I'm 42 for a second. I'm 42, and who's 21? Anybody 21? You're 21. What's 42 divided by 21? 2. And what physical sense does that make? I am twice as old as him. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. But no, it makes a good point, right? So, do you see the difference? Not just can you divide them, but does the answer make physical sense? So this is data where division makes physical sense. And also, 0 means 0. Like 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Does that mean you can't get any colder at all?
Oh, you can.
Yes.
Oh, you can. Some of you know all too well. Anyone from Minnesota? Minnesota?
Yeah.
You got to make the special thermometers that go even lower than normal. Yes. San Diego, we're like, what? There's temperatures below like 40? All right. So 0. That's why temperature is here. That's one reason why temperature is here is because 0 doesn't mean what it's supposed to mean. If I caught a fish that was 0 inches long, that means I got no fish. That's another way to say it. I got some fish. So 0, if 0 means what it's supposed to mean, that actually mathematically means division is going to mean what it's supposed to mean. I won't get too deep into that. Yes?
So if you say like interval is like you can use addition and subtraction, and the ratio you can use multiplication and division?
Interval subtraction makes sense. Makes physical sense. So like I can subtract 2 zip codes, like I said earlier, but the answer doesn't make any physical sense. I don't subtract Chula Vista and San Diego and get, El Cajon or something. You guys, you kind of with me? So it's got to make sense. And ratio data is, when you divide, the answer makes physical sense. Like twice as old, or if I measure 2 turtles, this one is twice as long as the other one. Do you see what I'm saying? So measurements normally definitely go here. Most measurements. Here's temperature scale, but the 0 doesn't mean what it's supposed to mean. So that's why it's up there in the interval. Okay, that's a lot to lay on you in one day, I believe. So that's plenty for today. Did I leave a little early? Oh, like 10 minutes early. Look at that. Woo! All right. If you need an ad code, did I bring them with me? Yes. So if you are one of the people that I said could join the class, you can get an ad code. Just name and then write your code somewhere. We don't have the budget for the sticky thing anymore.
I gotta make up a code?
No, it's there.
Oh.